Hey guys, so this is just a quick tutorial on how to combine pictures. Remember we learned this week that you can combine pictures and they appear as different layers, almost like you're putting physical pictures on top of each other. It's similar to that where we have two pictures. The layers determine which one's on top, which one's on the bottom, and which one shows and doesn't show. So first things first, we need to get the two pictures together into the same program. So usually to get something in, you get File Open, and as you open up pictures, you'll notice all your pictures pop up as different tabs in the program. So what we want to do is always take the larger picture and paste it over the smaller picture. Remember, this is because if you take a small picture and make it large, it's going to pixelate. So you just want to take the one that looks longer or larger and put it over the one that is smaller. So I'm going to take my select tool. That is the sixth tool down here. It's the square select. If you don't see that square there, click and hold down. It's usually the first one in that list. And you're just going to draw your select over what you want to copy over. The select tool tells the computer what part of the picture that you want. So whatever's inside the border here is the thing that you're going to be working on at the moment. We'll start with Edit, and then we're going to make sure that we hit Copy. And much like you would do in Google Chrome or your Google Docs, when you copy, you can paste something to another area. So we're going to just go to our other picture, Edit, Paste. And you'll see the other picture pop up immediately, and it's on top. Since we're wanting to make it look like Godzilla's in the background, we have to push that to the bottom. So over here in your Layers tab, you want to take the Godzilla picture and drag it down to the bottom. One thing to note while dragging, you want to drag and make sure that you get a full line. So notice if I drag and click over here, I only get part of the line on the Layers section, and if I do that, nothing happens. What you want to do is drag and make sure you drag all the way and a little bit to the left to get that full line, and then you'll notice the picture should disappear. So again, when you're dragging, make sure you get that full line. Part line won't reposition, full line will reposition. Now that we have Godzilla in the back, we're going to select the windows to eliminate that window area so that rather than seeing outside of the gazebo area, you're going to see that Godzilla picture. To do that, first thing, always select the layer that you want to eliminate. In this case, we don't want to eliminate Godzilla, we want to eliminate the window. Click the window, and then you'll take your fifth tool down, and this is called the Select Brush. Unlike the square select, what this does is select similar areas. So you'll notice as I click, it's going to attach to edges. One of the reasons why we want to do this with a window right now is to make it a little bit easier for us. As you notice, I get to the window, it starts attaching to the edges of the window. A couple of things to help you with using this tool. You can increase and decrease the size of the tool. You can do that either by using this slider up here, but I like using the keyboard for this. And the keyboard keys to do that are the square brackets. They're located next to your P key and above your return key. The left bracket makes your left bracket makes the brush smaller. Your right bracket makes it larger. So as you get to smaller spaces, you're going to want to shrink the size of your brush there. So I'm going to just grab that section. Notice over here in the corner, it's missing that corner because that branch is forming that barrier. You can shrink down your brush even more and just wipe over to grab that corner right there. You'll notice I got a little bit of the window. If you want to get rid of something in your selection, hold down the Option or the Alt key on your keyboard, and then you should be able to click and wipe away sections you don't want. So one thing while you're doing this, you want to actually use a fairly large large brush if you can, because that's going to more cleanly grab the edges. So notice as I go in, that's grabbing a nice clean edge there. Let me clean that up down here as well. I just use that Alt key again. And then I should have just the window highlighted, or the inside of the window highlighted. Once you've got it fully highlighted, press delete and you should see what's on the other side. Now, if you're using the select tool and you notice it's not attaching to the things in your picture, like this, which is forming a weird blob, you're gonna, what you want to do is make sure you're on the right layer. Notice I clicked the Godzilla layer before doing that, and look, it's not grabbing the window, it's not grabbing the student, so it's just being all weird. That's because, again, I'm on the Godzilla layer. You'll go, if that happens, you can wipe away the selection with the Alt key, or just press the deselect up here at the top. Go to the right layer, and then you should notice that your tool should now grab things correctly. And again, once you're done with your section, all you have to do is, and let me just grab the rest of this picture here, grab the bottom here, and then go in with a tiny brush at the top, grab that section there, and then wipe away that knuckle. Then I should just be able to delete. And that should show the Godzilla picture on the other side. Now, the Godzilla picture is not perfectly in there. You'll notice it's got some sections that are not covered up. So notice you can see that checkerboard pattern. That just means there's nothing in the picture there. Since we deleted the window picture, and the Godzilla picture is not large enough, there's a little bit of space left over. What you want to do in this case, take your second tool, the Move tool, go back to your Godzilla picture, and then you can reposition Godzilla, and then change the size. As you're changing the size, remember to always pull from the corner. This makes sure that you resize evenly. If you're pulling from the side, notice things might get squished. Pull from the corner to make sure everything stays even, and then reposition your Godzilla so that it looks like he's outside the window correctly. We're going to ignore that I missed that bottom portion there. But that's how you do that basic effect.